Made some adjustments. Works a little bit better, but I can't seem to get OBS to run right with this at 4K. So anyway, so some of the things that are annoying are still in the game, like you got your stamina bar. Right? They completely messed with Charcy over here. It was the hot little blonde. Now she's some bitchy, dark hair, whatever. Right? Why? I don't know. Because reasons. you know. And, these are, everyone's dark hair. It's like, what the hell? No blondes allowed or what? I don't know, what the hell? Seriously, look at, they're all, But otherwise, the game's still the same. The difference is you got a shared area in here, and I've been walking around with this and whatnot. This allows you to, like, if you get items for one character class, you can drop them in here, and then you can use them on your other one, which is an upgrade of sorts, right? Anyway, I've been playing the game for a while, just walking around. Runs really good. Had only one bug where in one of the dungeons, by one of those little casket things in the outer cloister or something, I was running by and I got stuck on it. So I used, see, it used to be you'd have your portal thing on the menu here. I don't know why they took that out. That came with the expansion thing. They took that out. But it would be handy to have there. But anyway, you go into your inventory if you get stuck, and then you right click here. And I had to do it twice to get it out, and then I just didn't bother to go back to it and get stuck again. It's like you're outside the map or something. I don't know. But other than that, it looks better. I've turned down the scale on the resolution here while I'm doing this to 50%. So anyway. Got different characters and all that stuff, and cinematics are redone, but it doesn't have that whatever, and they put stupid text over it. I know there's a way of taking that out, but not. Anyway, playing World of Warplane's pretty good. Getting somewhere in that game finally after years of not getting anywhere. Yeah. Other than that,
Not in town.
Not in town. Next he says, not in town. Anyway, I was going to buy Elden Ring until I saw 56 one thread with 56 pages of people with issues. The Total War Warhammer 3 game went from 127,000 concurrent users at launch for a couple of days until people realized how much crap it was, and now it's down to like between 6 and 10,000, as much as for Warhammer 2. And they gave me a ban for typing the word uninstalled in capitals, right? I mean, they made a game where I didn't have any problems, played it twice, 10 hours each day, and then they come up with a patch, and the game hasn't worked since, right? And then I asked for a refund, and Steam said no. And then I went back, and I got angry at the page, and I said, this is the reasons why. And I went through all the reasons why the game sucks, why I was uninstalling it, and they gave me a 10-day ban on their forums for writing the word uninstalled. I was just like, you can't get bad PR worse than that. Whoever did that, I mean, you could have said anything else. Use any other excuse. But that? No, man. People were writing worse things and not getting them. That tells you another thing, right? Something I said was truthful. What's really bothersome, if you look at the hardware recommendations and minimums, okay, for the game, I got a 1660 Super, which is like 5 or 10% less than a TI. 1660 Ti. That's the maximum card. I should be able to run the game at max settings, according to them, which is a lie. When you call them out like that, and you know what this is? And I'm going to tell you guys, okay? They use de novo as DRM, and what de novo does is it puts in the EXE bits and pieces of areas where it calls back to the de novo servers to verify that things are okay, that you haven't broken the game or whatever the hell, or you're cheating or whatever the hell, okay? They put it so heavy in this game that originally even Warhammer 2 ran like crap. Okay, it will run now on an 11-year-old PC, fine. Okay, and it runs on this one super fast. I see guys going, yeah, they did this optimization. It's not an optimization. It's just lessening the amount of DRM in it because somebody's already cracked it. And the game's already cracked and everything else. So this just proves what some of these guys were saying about digital rights management, that it penalizes people that are legit. Anyway, whatever. I don't care. But anyway, they're going to come up with some other patch, and this patch is for all the multiplayer guys. You know, those streamers and the rich guys who have 3090 cards. And they even did a little patch just a little while ago to help them out so that those rich pricks can have better play. Okay? And you're wondering, right? Well, what percentage of Steam users have a 30 series card? It works out to 1%. Less than 1%. Something like 0.4 or 0.5%. That's right. You just screwed yourselves to get the richest people in the game. And that tells you what they're after. Okay? The game's just... So, don't get this Warhammer 3 game. Wait till it goes on sale in about a couple of years, and then enjoy something that's kind of... Okay? Don't get the DLC. Don't do nothing to these people. It's like Inquisitor Martyr. They've had all these top streamers playing just fine and great, and they look wicked. You get in there, everybody had to use the ultimate low settings, and the game ran like shit, and buggy and everything else. No, don't get a refund. We'll fix it. And they never really did. Okay, until about a year later. And they went a year later because they said for the first year all the DLC is free. And then after that year they added like about 100 million things of DLC. I mean, you haven't got Blood for the Blood God, you haven't got the Immortal Empires, and this campaign is just a joke. I mean, I sat there with my roommate. My roommate was laughing his head off the way I was having to constantly have to run around the map and try and deal with the bullshit. And then the game crashed. And now it's after 10 hours, right? And so I said, okay, I'll wait till the next patch. And then I ran the game, and then I did a video on it, and it crashed. The video's on YouTube here. Right at the end there, it just goes, wonk. So, I'm not hurting my computer for anything, okay? So anyway, little updates. And YouTube took down a video of mine, and I'll explain this, okay? So that it shows how stupid YouTube is, okay? So one day I get up, and there's police at one end of the road here, and police at the other end of the road here, and there's a fire truck here, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I get out my roommate's phone, we videotape these people out there, and that's it, put the video up. What we find out later, there's a guy 5 floors below us here who's threatening to jump off the second story with a noose around his neck or something, right? well, you can't see any violence, you can't see any whatever, but YouTube takes it down because I videotaped the emergency response people. What? Hello? What? What the hell? And it made it sound like the way they originally thought about the video was that was the person on the balcony wanting to jump off. That's what it was. No, somebody with a phone looking out from 5 stories above that, and you're going, what? What? Like that's just why, you know, this place you can't figure out the rules, okay? And if you can't figure out rules, you can't do shit, okay? So, you know, you don't expect much from me anymore here, you know, blah, 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 okay? I mean, and this may anger some people, but right up until last year, BBC was running almost continuously for the last 7 years, previous to that, videos on all the neo-Nazis in Ukraine. You know? And then just a year ago they stopped, and then suddenly you get all this crap going on. I just, you know, it's just bizarre, guys. I mean, the rest of us in the West here, we kind of fought against those kind of guys, right? So how do you justify that? See, it's why they made Project Paperclip a secret thing for 40 years, 50 years, because if it got out in the general public that the U.S. government was dealing with Nazis to make its rockets and missiles and airplanes, jets and everything else, that would not go over too well with whatever government was in power. You know, it's why there are a lot of people, you know, and they silence everybody. They're silencing everybody about it. So, I don't, you know, for the actual people that live in Ukraine, I hope you get a better style of government, you know, out of all this. And I hope that, you know, the Russians just stop for a while, and you know, everybody gets some peace going on. You can't go that Hitler way. You can't do it. You can't go the 30s Germany way. It just doesn't work, okay? Either, you know. You know, I digress. I mean, I got friends in the World of Warplanes thing that are from Ukraine, and you see, it's all about hate. They hate Russians, Russians hate them. And it's not that Russians hate them, it's that they hate Nazis. Okay? You want to start putting swastikas and symbology from 30s Germany on your arm, you're going to get hate. A lot of people died in Russia from shit. Okay, like that. Okay? A lot of people died, you know. I mean, this couldn't have happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, because a lot more World War II guys was alive that would have been speaking up about it. Crazy shit. You know, we're about to colonize Mars in maybe 10, 15, 20 years, and we still got everybody not getting along, right? So it's one of those deals. Like, everybody needs to smarten up here to stop this. Okay? And running around taking all, you know, while I don't agree with, you know, all these rich people having giant yachts and everything else, you know, and everybody paying more to allow them to have money, I don't believe you should run around and seize their shit either, okay? I mean, you know, because it's already starting to be not just about that, it's other things now. Now that they know they got control, you see, people need to wake up about stuff. I mean, I'm reading things, like, go look at Reddit and do the /r world news. The entire page is Ukraine. They are obsessed. Russia, Russia, Russia. You know? And half of the shit they're saying is, it's as bad as the other side, you know? It's why nobody listens to that shit no more. Okay? what gets me is these, you know, if your country's being bombed or whatever, what are you doing playing video games? Unless you're hiding from people, right? You know, staying indoors. Why are you taking up arms and defending your country like a man? Somebody invaded Canada, I don't care who it is, I'd be helping out. I'd be doing everything I can, or I'm able. You gotta know people around the world, literally, from a few years back when I was doing things, so that you can keep in contact with them, and then you get your news that way from that area of the world, because otherwise, you know, don't trust it. I don't see it with that. Sorry to get a little political there, but you know, I'm trying to be non-political and political. Because everywhere I go, and you know, you get this crappy video game, people start see. One of the things that gets me is somebody using a certain phrase that little Nazi battalion. Okay, there are videos of them wearing swastikas saying that same phrase. So you come into a video game and you say that. That's offensive to me. Huh? What? I don't want the drama in my video game. I'm there to play a video game, right? You know. Just throwing this out there to people, like, you see, the right side wants to have its way, the left side wants to have its way, and everyone else in the center wants to have a video game and not be bothered by the bullshit. Okay? Remember that. Okay? Oh, and apparently, according to Fox News, Russia's supposed to run out of ammo, according to a U.S. retired general today. Well, I guess they're wrong. And don't get me going on CNN, let alone the CBC, where every word you type, it has been banned for hate speech. It's just freaking ridiculous. You know, you can't, seriously, you can write a paragraph on CBC and see if, you know, something you normally would say doesn't get banned. You know, it's hilarious, man. I wrote a good joke there that everybody got a good laugh at. I mean, everybody was liking that joke. And they wait about an hour and then they deactivate it. You know, like, yeah. It was basically about those freedom convoy people. Like, if you think you're for freedom, why aren't you marching against Bill C-11? Why aren't you marching against S-210? Because those two bills combined will make it so that I have to pay a broadcast fee for every, you know, to be able to upload these videos. It also will go through the CRTC, so that anything I do or say is the right speech from the government. You know, I can't use language. I basically become Global News and CTV and Bell and Rogers, okay, for their news or whatever, and entertainment. Okay, so plus the fee, you know. Okay, so you think, okay, screw it, I'll leave YouTube and I'll go do my own site. No, you can't. S210 requires every service and site you use to register with the government. That is going to be one of the things where people start to get pissed about. They just don't know what's coming because, you know, first you got these, you know, these little truckers running around diverting you from reality, and then, you know, and then you got this little Ukraine thing going on, and nobody's paying attention in Canada, you know? And now they got the smart little act in U.S. that kind of does some of the same things and even some worse shit. Expect a nation of copyright to make worse rules, you know, for everybody. Yeah. Get onto it, you know. Anyway, this game has everybody in it. Car is over here. Oh, how are you? Anyway, I just do a little update and let this go. This would be like, you won't see this till the end of the day because it's 4K. He's down here. How you doing, buddy? Anyway, I really hope everybody has a peaceful end of the year or middle of the year because, you know, this is a little quiet. Yes. Nature. And we're out of our mask mandates apparently over here in Ontario, and in less than a week, COVID cases have almost tripled. Yeah. And Doug Ford's on the top of the list for making money during the pandemic. Yeah. Gotta get back to that snowmobile and get paid for it. Yep. Well, that's all done with though. We got rain, there's no snow left. But anyway, this is gonna really end up well. I'm glad I'm near the end of my life. I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 years left. A few younger generations I feel sorry for. The generation before me really set it on a path that they're buggered. I've had some good arguments with older people about it, but you know, whatever. They don't get it. They don't care. They're dead now. All of them almost. Anyway, a lot of fun, guys. I got the Game Pass for Xbox, and it's adding a lot of games. So there's stuff on there. Got the Forza 5, which is fun and themed. There's MechWarrior 5, I like running around in mechs, and you know, there's all kinds of other games there. And on Steam, you know, I got tons of games on Steam. There's some of the freebies I got from Epic, you know, whatever. But like Epic's coming out with, what is it, Warhammer 1 on Epic for free, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great. Where's Warhammer 2 and 3? you know, you gotta, in order to get the best part of the game, which is Mortal Empires, you need Warhammer 1 and 2. So you gotta spend $160 retail to get that part of the game. Then you gotta get DLC to play certain parts with. The game is just a frickin' money pit. Between them and Paradox, it's just sick. And to show you how bad Paradox is on this, Stellaris, holy shit, these people keep updating their goddamn game so that modders just can't keep up with this shit. And they changed things so drastically. They've gone from having 30,000 concurrent users an hour, but they're down to like a pitiful 10,000 or 12,000. I mean, way to go. Way to go. Lose 20,000 of your people playing a game every hour. That next DLC is really going to sell well. Morons. You know, they should have stopped and made a new part of the game, a new game there a while back, and then went that way. But these people, they're too lazy to do that. That's what the problem is. That's what needs a company that does tons of DLC rules. It's laziness. I don't care what you say. Alright? It shows greed and laziness. Do the absolute least and make you pay big time for it. Stuff that should be included in base games. And after this pandemic, you know, I got this on sale, so whatever. I have the old Florida Destruction base game on disc, so whatever. I could compare the two. And I don't know what's going on with NVIDIA. Every game that you click the optimize for, it doesn't play right, and you gotta take the settings down after that. Like, whoever's working at NVIDIA is on drugs, bad drugs. Anything else I gotta think of here while I'm rant it all out? Yeah, I got some useless drivers, lost a couple. You know, I'm sitting around 529 and everything else. I don't know, but do it. We'll see what happens here with the Bill C11 and the S210. I mean, if I'm going to be a slave and to making videos and have to pay for it, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. It's just not. And it's going to be worse for you guys that are monetized, because then you'll start chipping away at all the money you make. I mean, you don't make much money at all right now on YouTube. You're going to make even less, because the government's going to make you pay a yearly fee. You're going to need a lawyer, okay? Because everything you say and do will have to be run through that lawyer for the Broadcast Act, or you could be fined in jail. Enjoy that fucking bullshit. So you're going to need insurance. It's going to cost you some more money, right? I mean, this whole thing is, you know, it's just control. It's control. I seen it coming 15, 20 years ago. I warned people that where things were going, and no one listened to me. They bitched it at me and stuff like that. So, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm taking my ball and going home. And look at the world now. Look at the internet now. Look at it all. This is what you get when I leave the internet alone. Okay? Me and my friends said, have a nice day. That's what you get. So those that think they're being harmed or penalized or whatever, and then the guys in the center that they're not going after and everything else, and all the comedians, all the scientists, all the, you know, all the people that had freedom and no longer have it, well, that's you made a choice. You made a choice to live in a world where the government controls your freedom. Yep. Anyway, gotta go. Gotta play some games. Do some warplane stuff here in a bit. Got a couple airplanes upgrade. I'll do a video on that later too. See you guys later.